Kentuckians came out in droves to make their voices heard on abortion rights. Amendment 2 struck down a slight majority. WHAS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez is live in the newsroom with the impact this could have on state laws and the Kentucky Supreme Court hearing next week. And Isaiah, the Supreme Court has actually held off on making this decision as they waited for last night's vote.
Well, Doug, that's absolutely right. Waiting to see which way they leaned. And they have quite the sample size here. More than 1.4 million Kentuckians voted on Amendment 2. And while abortion rights supporters applauded the result, they know the next hurdle is just days away. The 52% of voters who rejected Amendment 2 marks a victory for Protect Kentucky Access, a group specifically formed to fight the legislation. It keeps the door open for abortion rights supporters to make their case in court.
We know that Amendment 2 will not restore access to legal abortion in Kentucky overnight, but it is an important step.
It's left the 48% who voted in favor and groups like the Family Foundation disappointed, but understanding the work isn't over. David Walls, the executive director.
It's important for folks to realize, though, that Kentucky's laws protecting unborn children remain in place.
The vote means the state constitution stays as is. The proposed line denying a fundamental right to abortion within the state does not get added in. At the same time, neither do any protections for the procedure. Kentucky's 2 restrictive laws still apply, but the ACLU of Kentucky believes this result will show the state Supreme Court how the majority of Kentuckians land on the issue.
The results have shown us that while we may not all agree on abortion, we do believe that the government needs to stay out of our personal lives and that women, their families, and their doctors are the ones who should be making these decisions, not politicians.
Justices will hear oral arguments from both sides in the lawsuit filed on behalf of providers, which was put on hold until after the midterm election. It argues the current restrictions violate a woman's constitutional right to bodily autonomy and privacy.
We are seeking a temporary injunction to allow our client to resume abortion services as our case plays out in court.
Now the door is wide open for the court to make their determination. Walls admits the Amendment 2 vote will likely play a role in their ruling, but he feels voters' true desires are ultimately reflected in who they elect to the state House and Senate.
The Kentuckians overwhelmingly return very large pro-life legislative majorities again in the General Assembly.
In the meantime, Attorney General Daniel Cameron saying Wednesday he's filed a motion with the state Supreme Court to express why he feels the vote should not factor into their decision. And the hearing is set for Tuesday at 10 in the morning. Both sides will get around a half hour to make their arguments. Abortion rights supporters pushing for an injunction. We'll be there in Frankfort and bring you coverage. For now, I'm live here in the newsroom. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
They are not wasting time on this one. Thank you, Isaiah. Kentucky's Attorney General Daniel Cameron released the following statement after Amendment number 2's election results. While this result is disappointing, it does not change our belief that there is no right to abortion hidden in the Kentucky Constitution, and that the regulation of abortion policy is a matter that belongs to our elected representatives in the General Assembly. That from Daniel Cameron today.